Hey friend, it's Carly. Welcome back to my kitchen. So of course, like every other day, I am getting ready to make dinner for my family. Tonight, I am going to be making a white bean chicken chili in my multi-cooker, which has the pressure cooker setting. So this is a pressure cooker meal. I am absolutely loving the pressure cooker meal idea for this summer because I don't have to use my stovetop, I don't have to use my oven, I don't have to heat my whole house when it's hot outside, and we're trying to not, fight with the air conditioner, and then it just costs us more money. So it's less electricity, it's less heat, and you still get a hot, amazing meal. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that you're going to need to gather for this white bean chicken chili. The first thing you're going to need is a couple cups, 2 cups-ish of chicken broth. Of course, you know that I make my own chicken broth by saving all of my scraps and my chicken bones. Just throw them into a big pot, boil them up, and let them simmer, for a couple of hours, and you have a beautiful free broth from ingredients that you would have normally thrown away. You're going to need a cup of corn off the cob. I'm using frozen corn because that's what I have on hand right now, but summer is corn season, so if you happen to grab a couple of ears of corn, you're going to need about a cup of corn kernels. You're going to need 1 green bell pepper that's going to be chopped up, 1 medium onion, 1 jalapeno. This is completely customizable. If you like heat, you can have heat. If you don't like heat, I'll tell you how to omit the or decrease the heat. You know how much I love garlic. The recipe calls for like 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use 4 because that's just the person that I am. I'm going to be using our Southwestern Seasoning today. Our chili, it's absolutely fabulous. This is awesome to throw into taco meat for taco night, or different recipes that you want to kind of give that Tex-Mex punch to. This is a delicious, delicious spice. You're going to need some cheese. Cheddar cheese is preferable, but whatever you have on hand. Of course, you're going to buy it in the block form because you don't want all those additives and the extra cost of somebody shredding your cheese for you when it's super easy to do yourself. Of course, it is a white bean chili, so today I am using Great Northern beans. You're going to need 1 can of those. To thicken the stew, you're going to need some flour, about 2 tablespoons of flour, and maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and some pepper, of course, to flavor it. You're also going to need 1 cup of milk. I happen to use whole milk because I have young kids and that's what they drink, but you can use any kind of milk that you want. And of course, it is a chicken chili. As you know, I like to use chicken thighs. Chicken thighs have a higher fat content, which means more flavor because fat equals flavor. Of course, you can use any kind of chicken that you would like the chicken breasts, if you like the tenderloins, whatever meets your fancy. It's totally up to you. So those are our ingredients. This goes together so quickly, it's going to blow your mind. So I am going to go ahead and show you next how to prep your vegetables and get this thing thrown together in like 5 seconds. Stay tuned. I am back, and the only thing I have done to my vegetables is taken the skins off, and the ends, of course, you're going to put those into your stock bag and put them into the freezer so that you can make a vegetable stock or any other stock that you want. I have de-ribbed and seeded the green pepper, and my garlic cloves. And then here is the trick for working with jalapeno. Jalapeno has a delicious, delicious flavor. It's great in Southwest cooking, in salsas. It's awesome, but people sometimes stay away from it because they think it's going to be super spicy. If you don't want super spicy stuff, take out the veins and the seeds in that jalapeno. That is where the heat is inside of the pepper. The outside, that green portion of the pepper, is just flavor. That is not going to kill you with heat. So if you take out the ribs and seeds, then you will not have that hot spice in your mouth. When you're working with jalapenos, the other thing you need to know is if you do remove the ribs and seeds, that you need to wash your hands, because the oil in that vegetable is what is spicy. And if you have that oil on your fingers and then you rub your eye, or if you just leave it on your fingers are going to start to get real tingly and kind of hot. So make sure that whatever hot pepper you are working with, you wash your hands after you work with it, and definitely don't touch your eyes or your mucous membranes, because they will like light on fire. Not really. Now, I am going to be using my manual food processor today to whip these up super, super quick. And then I am going to just kind of put them to the side. So this manual food processor, you've seen me use it before. You can use this to make pretty much anything. When I was a young mom, my kids are a little older now, but when I was a young mom, I used to use this to make baby foods and things for my kids, because it's super easy to make. If you boil up some carrots, and once they are nice and soft, you put them right into the manual food processor, pump, pump, pump away to your heart's content. And then you have carrots for your baby to eat, or whatever vegetable you want. That is a really cost-effective way, is to make your own baby food. And then of course you also know exactly what is in it, so that you don't have anything that you don't want your child eating in their baby food. Now, you'll notice that I'm just kind of pumping a few times. The more you pump the handle with our manual food processor, the finer the chop will be. And then I'm doing this in several batches. I do have several different kinds of vegetables to get through here. But essentially what you want is just kind of a chunk, because this is going into a chili. If you want it finer, then keep on pumping. If you want it pretty dense and pretty rustic, then stop pumping the handle after a few times. I kind of like mine in between. This is kind of where I am with it right now, and that's kind of where I like it to be. I do like it to be a little bit rustic, but I also don't want to have like such huge chunks of onion or whatever that it's not going to be pleasant in your mouth. Now, that's it, literally, vegetables done, super easy. Now, I want to show you a product that is one of my absolute favorites, and there's so many people who don't know how to use it, and I'm going to show you how to use it. This is our Smooth Edge can opener. I've had this thing for like 15 years. It's still going strong. That's like 90% of my products I've had for like 15 years. Keep going strong. They never let you down. Now, a lot of people will go after their cans with the can opener on the side. No ma'am, no ma'am. That's not how you use this product. This product goes on top of your can. So you put it down on top of your can towards the edge. Then you're going to start twisting until you feel it latch. It's latched, see? Now it's not going to come off. Now all I'm going to do is just move this all the way around my can of beans or whatever it is that you're using your can opener to. Now, when you get to the end, it's going to give a little bit. That's going to say, hey, you know what? I'm done cutting your can, girlfriend. You can stop. Now to get this off, because it's still stuck on here, to get it off, I back it up and it pops right off. Now, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. There's little grabbers right here. Boop, boop, boop. See the grabbers? They're grabbers for a reason. It's not because you want to talk to it like a ventriloquist. Hi, I am not. Okay, that's not it. This you put on here, grab the edge and pull it off. See? That's what those little grabbers are for, so you can pull those off. Now I have my can. There is no sharp edge here. There is no sharp edge here, so you'll never cut your gorgeous fingers. Now all I'm going to do with these beans is I am just going to drain them out and get them ready to put in my chili. The next step is already to start putting this thing together. I'm gonna chop my chicken, and then we're gonna get this thing into the pressure cooker. So stay with me, I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and I am working again with our Deluxe Multi-Cooker. I absolutely love all of the settings on this thing, especially the pressure cooking setting. If you've never worked with a pressure cooker before, you should definitely try it. I'll talk a little bit more about it. But what I have right now is some oil, and I am just going to put some oil in here. This thing is super fun. you kind of squeeze the little plungers together. And there's a little measure markings here on the side. So I just need like a tablespoon or two of this oil. I have my Deluxe Multi-Cooker on the sear setting right now because what I'm going to do is start cooking down my vegetables, and this goes super duper quickly. I don't need my knife for that. Now, there's that sear. Woohoo! Gotta love that sound. Means good food is coming. So, these are all those vegetables that I got from my manual food processor, nice and chopped up, perfect for a stew. And I am going to go ahead and start cooking those down. Now, while those are cooking down, I'm actually going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of my seasoning. Again, if you don't have a tablespoon available, like, you know, I don't need extra dishes, bro, okay? Like, this cap is just roughly a tablespoon. So you can use that to your advantage and you don't have to use an extra product, right? Now, I'm using this on the sear setting, and the reason I'm doing that, aside from cooking the vegetables down, I'm putting that Southwestern seasoning right in there with them, because as that heat and the oil is going to start to open up that spice even more flavorful. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these cook down for just a few minutes. The sear setting allows you to cook whatever you want. If you need to do a roast in here or something like that where you want to sear the meat first, you will go ahead and put that in here, and then you can just drop all of the ingredients in on top of it. You have to sear it on the stove and then put it in the oven and all of that kind of stuff. No ma'am, no ma'am. Put it all in here. You have one thing to clean, which is this. You pop it out, put it in the dishwasher, you are done. So I'm gonna let these cook down for about 5 minutes. You just want them to get soft and to releasing that flavor, and of course that Southwest seasoning is going to start to toast in there as well. Now you can see that I have chopped up my chicken thighs. I used my Santoku knife for that. I highly recommend, friends, that you get good cutlery in your kitchen, even if it's just 1 or 2 knives. Now, this particular knife is from our Forged Cutlery line, which is top of the line best knives I've ever used in my entire life. Lifetime warranty on these. So unless you run it over with a Mack truck, you will be able to keep these for life, and they will continue to work and be amazing for all of that time. Now, these are full time, which means it's the same the piece of steel from the tip to the butt of the blade, so you're never going to get that wiggly blade. They're nice and heavy. I mean, not like cast iron heavy, but you can tell that they're a quality product. These, as I mentioned, are kind of the top of the line. However, we do have a more price friendly or budget friendly option of cutlery, which is called our coated knives. We have a whole line of these coated knives. Now, they do not have that lifetime warranty, but they are absolutely as good, if not, and obviously the same quality, but not for a lifetime. So I would recommend, if you are not in the market for our forged cutlery, definitely check out our coated knives. We have the same knives available in our coated knife set as we do in our forged cutlery. So that is definitely an option for you. Now, these are cooking down. I wish I could share the smells with you. It smells just like Southwestern yumminess at the beginnings of an amazing chili. So as these are cooking down, let me talk to you a little bit about this product, the Deluxe Multi-Cooker. As I mentioned, I am on the sear setting right now, but this is so much more than just a pressure cooker. It actually replaced the quick cooker for people who have been following me and see some of my earlier videos where I'm using the quick cooker. The quick cooker has been replaced with the multi-cooker, and for good reason. At first I was a little heartbroken, and then I realized, you know what? It's actually an upgrade. It actually is. One of the first upgrades is the fact that I can put my lid right here, and I don't have to find extra counter space for it. I know that seems like really small, but I'll be dead honest, it's frustrating when you don't have a place to put your lid after you're finished cooking, or there's There's steam or, the water from the evaporating water all over the counter. It's an absolute mess, and I don't have time for that. Other things that this has, it has its own on-off button. So you can use it, turn it on when you're ready, turn it off. You don't have to plug it in, unplug it. You can keep it right on your counter. This fits under your cabinet, most standard cabinetry. You can keep on your counter, and you're going to use this so much you're seriously never going to want to put it away. This has 16 different settings on it. Not only is it a pressure cooker, obviously I'm using that today. I already talked to you about the sear setting. This has a yogurt setting, so you can make your own yogurt to your heart's content. I was talking about baby food earlier. If you have a young child, you can make the baby food in this. This also has a sterilization setting. So all of those bottles, those pacifiers, those hard plastic toys that get dropped at the grocery store, and all of the things that they're sticking in their mouths. And oh my goodness, I mean, that oral stage, I swear, lasts forever. And it's not cool because then your child is getting sick because of all the germs. Put it in the sterilizing setting and it's done. It's over with. You put it in there, you pull it out. Everything is sterilized, clean, and ready for a new day of adventure with your small one. This is also a slow cooker. So the slow cooker works just like any other slow cooker. You pop all in, you let it set for the entire day, you come back and you have your meal prepped for you already when you get home from work, or you get home from school, or you get home from basketball or baseball practice, or whatever it is that you have going on during the day. One of the newest features is a sous vide setting. Sous vide is a type of cooking that is used by top chefs, but is now available to us at-home cooks who don't have a whole lot of experience in the kitchen, like me. And sous vide is actually a very temperature-controlled way of cooking foods by submerging it in water. You put them into a sealable plastic or silicone container. You put the meat down into the water bath, close it up, and then it cooks low and slow for several hours. It is not slow cooking. It's a faster process than slow cooking, but it is a slower process than pressure cooking, and of course it is submerged in water, so you get the perfect cooking of your meat every single time. You decide what temperature you want, the internal temperature, you pull it out, it's perfect. Same thing with vegetables. All of the things that you can sous vide in here. And we have a brand new line of products that are silicone, resealable, reusable bags, which are fantastic. I used the silicone bags actually for my child's lunches at school. Actually, I'm going to show you them right now. This is what one of them looks like. This is actually the sandwich bag, and you can see that it zips on all sides. So you put a sandwich in here, you close it up, your child brings it to school, they bring it home, you unzip it, you put it right in the dishwasher, clean, ready to go for the next day. So say goodbye to all of those, one-use plastic bags. This is our largest, so you can do like pork tenderloin in here, giant steaks if you wanted to do something sous vide. These are also great for storing food, so I've definitely stored vegetables, keep them nice and crispy in here. You can microwave these. You can use these in the oven because they are silicone. You can use them in the microwave. You can use them obviously in the pressure cooker. You can use them in the air fryer, and they are all safe. So it's not just for food storage, it's for food cooking. And you can store and heat leftovers in these as well. And they're reusable. And again, just put them right in the dishwasher. They are clean as a whistle. So now, that being said, we are ready to move to the next step. This is smelling absolutely phenomenal. Now, what I'm doing right now is adding 2 tablespoons of flour, and all I'm doing is just coating this a little bit. Now, and there is a little salt in there as well, about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I go light on the salt at the beginning because I don't want to over salt things and then have things that are too salty. Now, what is that flour going to do? Well, that flour is going to bind with those vegetables with that high heat, and it's going to help make a thicker sauce for our chili. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the X. So for some unknown reason, my camera decided to stop recording, but the next step is to throw everything into the multi-cooker on the pressure cooker setting on soup for 8 minutes. While that is cooking, go ahead and shred up some shredded cheddar cheese, maybe grab some herbs, and get ready
to plate it out.
I am back, and it's been 8 minutes, so this just went off. In those 8 minutes, I just grated some cheese, and I went out to my little herb garden and grabbed some green stuff. I'm gonna use parsley today. You could also use green onions. You could also use cilantro. It's totally up to you, whatever you have on hand, but I do recommend fresh herbs are always a hit. So I am going to go ahead, and now you can see back here, there's a little button that is popped up. That means this is under pressure. So what I'm going to do now is release the steam. Don't be scared, because the steam button release is down here and it's not anywhere near up here. So watch how easy this is. It's going to give me a warning. And then it releases the steam. So those little beeps that happen are kind of like, hey, you know, I'm gonna release the steam, so don't put anything over top of the steam valve because steam is coming. And you just stand back. Now, the steam is coming out, it's losing its pressure because all of that amazing white bean chicken chili is all cooked up in there and ready for the absolute final finishing touches. I grated up some sharp cheddar cheese this is just the 1/2 of my adjustable grater, or the double grater. This is the thicker side, not the thinner side. So this is kind of a chunkier grate. So you will get these kind of nice, large, rustic pieces. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of this to the chili once this has depressurized, and I am going to add a cup of milk. Again, you can use whatever kind of milk you have on hand. I happen to have whole milk today, but if you only have 1%, 2% skim milk, whatever it is that you have in your refrigerator, it's completely fine. It's totally versatile and up to you. And then basically the only thing we're going to do after that is just let the cheese melt and serve it up. I'm gonna reserve some of that cheddar cheese to sprinkle over top just so it's nice and bougie, and it's a beautiful presentation. Another idea that you could do is if you had some sour cream, just put some sour cream into one of our prep bowls, add a little bit of water and drizzle it over the top. Makes it really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and release this. Oh my goodness, there's the plume of awesomeness that comes off, and this is where this little handle comes in really nicely because nothing is all over my counter. Now I'm going to use, this is one of our new products. I've been using these in my videos, but they actually have not been released until now. These are our new silicone, this is our new silicone utensil line. This happens to be kind of this big scoop for soups and stews and chilies. But there is a whole line of those products, so definitely hit me up and ask about them. They are absolutely amazing. I have been using them for a while, but they were not out yet. So I was kind of giving y'all a little sneak peek because, I don't know, because I love you, I guess. So I'm gonna reserve that, and then I am going to go ahead and pour my milk in. And then all this needs to do is just melt. Oh my gosh, this looks and smells absolutely incredible, friends. Now, for a chili, you kind of think, a lot of chilies are made with like a red meat or a ground kind of meat, whether it's beef or venison or however it is that you make your chilies. Now, this is not as thick of a broth. I will show you, I'll just kind of, see, it's more liquidy, this is the style of chili this is. It's kind of between a chili and a stew consistency. Now, if you are interested in a thicker sauce, you can add more flour when it is cooking down at the very beginning, or you could make a little slurry out of some chicken broth and some cornstarch, and just kind of drizzle that in, and then it will thicken that sauce for you as well. But that is completely up to you. I like it this way, so this is how we're gonna serve it. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Oh my goodness, this looks incredible. I wish you could smell it. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and dress it up with just a little bit of that cheddar cheese on top. A couple of sprigs of my parsley here just for prettiness. And then let's go ahead and get that close up that we all love so much. Now I can't tilt the bowl very much because I don't want my soup going all over the place, or my chili. Isn't that beautiful? It is so lovely. So with just the residual heat from the stew, that cheese is going to melt over top and it's going to be ooey and gooey and so filling, and I cannot wait to dig into this. Obviously this is so quick and easy. I know you can do this stuff. This is not rocket science, y'all. This is just easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get it into the pressure cooker, let it cook for 8 minutes, and then get it on the table for your hungry, starving family. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out in my kitchen with me. Hopefully you like this one. Hopefully you enjoy this white bean chicken chili. Don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe, and I will catch you here next time. Bye.